Amanda here from scrimpingmommy.co.uk. So I thought I would share this card with you and show you how simple you can use decorative papers to make cards. It's just all about layering. And also I wanted to come back and reshare the tags. In a previous video I had difficulty stamping the the one with the solid colour, so I went away, cleaned the stamp with some spray mist and the stamping scrub, and voila, it stamps perfect. So I've managed to stamp 3 lots. Now what I'll do is I'll use those 6 now to create 6 cards really easily, just using cardstock and paper layers. So I'm going to show you how to make this one. Alright, so I'm using cherry cobbler, and the reason that I'm using that is because I bought loads of it last year and I've got it left. So we're going to start with a standard card base. So we're going to cut this to 4 1/8, and obviously we're going to get 2 card bases from this. Just need to trim that to 4 1/8. There we go. It's just slightly over 4 1/8 for the next one sometimes, but we're not going to worry about it. And then I'm just going to put it back in. I'm going to score it at 5 7/8 to give me a nice crisp fold like so. Okay, and I'll do the other one as well while I'm here. 5 7/8, and then I will, when I finish the video, I'll complete all 6 cards and I'll show you a picture. Alright, I'll do them all slightly different. Maybe. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Right, so I'm going to layer up behind with Whisper White cardstock, because again I've got loads of it. So this needs to measure 5 3/4 by 4. So we're going down in 1/8 of an inch increments all of the time. That's what we're using today. Sometimes I use quarter. Today we're using 1/8. Okay, so 5 3/4 by 4. So I'm going to cut it that way. I'll cut my 4 first, because then I might use that for a card base, or I might use it later for layering. So 4 by 5 3/4. 5 3/4. So that's our first layer. Super easy. Let's get that on. Okay. Once you've done one, you will fly through and do as many as you need. And if you like to send your own Christmas cards, the easiest way to do it is to come up with one design and just do the same design over and over and over. And this is a great way of doing it. You could literally do all your layers, cut all of your papers out, have them all in stacks, and then just glue them all together. So that's that. And what I'm also going to do is, if I've got enough, 5 3/4, which I have, I'm going to put one on the inside as well. Just make sure that's 4. It is. I'm going to put one on the inside because I'm using dark cardstock. Obviously I need a surface to write on, unless you want to use a white gel pen. That's another option to save card. I've done that before, used white or silver or gold. Looks nice. You don't have to layer it if you don't want. Okay, and another thing you can do is you can layer it with just half a piece of card there, or put it just across the middle just for writing on. You don't have to mat the whole thing. Okay, but I just find that adds stability as well. So that's that. So then we're going to start and we're going to create these. So first of all we're going to do layer the DSP, then we're going to do these shapes. So my DSP for this one wants to be 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. So which one shall I have? Like I said before, this paper's great because it doesn't really matter which one I use. When I've finished my layering, it'll all look really nice. I think I'm going to have that stripy one first, and then I'll pick another one in a minute. Okay, I'll just move my stamps over here, put that there. So this needs to measure, let me remind myself, 3 7/8 by 5 5/8. So 3 7/8. It's making my eyes go funny. 3 7/8 by 5 5/8 is there. Okay, Okay, that's that one. So you're just going down every time in 1/8 of an inch increments. It's really easy. Okay. That's making my eyes go funny, but we're going to layer over it. So now we're going to do our squares. Okay, so the first one needs to measure 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. So let's go that way. 3 5/8 is there. By 2 5/8. Okay, I think that's right. 3 5/8. No, that's not right. No, yeah, 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. I was reading the DSP layers then, thinking that's not right. It's right. It's right. No, that's definitely not right. Hold on. 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. 3 5/8. I've done it 3 5/8 square. That's what I've done wrong. 2 5/8 by 3 5/8. There we go. We've got there in the end. And then we're going to layer that with some, and I'm just going to use this that's on my desk laying about. And this needs to be, have I done the, I need to do my white layer first. So my white layer needs to be 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. I got distracted then because that paper's making my eyes go funny. 2 1/2 by 3 1/2. I'll run back through them again in a minute. Okay, DSP. I'm back on track now. I'm not being boggled anymore. So this DSP layer now needs to be 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. So 2 3/8 is there, by 3 3/8 is there. Right, so let's go back through those. So the coloured layer is 2 5/8 by 3 5/8, and then we've got a white layer which is 2 1/2 by 3 1/2, and then the DSP is going to layer in, so it's going to be lovely, lovely, lovely and layered and luscious, and that measures 2 3/8 by 3 3/8. Okay, so each one of those is basically just 1/8 of an inch shorter than the other on two sides. So let's get this layered up. Okay, and if I was you, I wouldn't have your stripy card in front of you next to where you've got your measurements, because your eyes will go funny and then you'll lose where you are. Okay, alright, that's that. That's my excuse. It's not because I'm thick. Right, okay, let's layer that up on there like so. That's that one done, and then we're going to just layer it just kind of, I've not layered them central, I've layered them offset, but I think I'm going to put this one kind of central. Just makes it easier on the eye. On that one that I did, I didn't really plan it, I just cut it all to see what it looked like, so I'm kind of going central there, I guess. I'm not measuring it, I'm not that bothered, and I want it higher up at the top end than it is at the bottom end. Right, so that's that bit. So now we're going to go on to the second shape. So this needs to measure 2 by 3 1/8. This is your dark cardstock. So 2 by, what's that, 3 1/8? Yeah, so 2, I'll turn it over because I've cut it that way before. 2 by 3 1/8, which is there. Yep, is that right? Yep. So that's your dark layer. 2 by 3 1/8. Then you want a white layer which measures 1 7/8 by 3. Yep. Then you want some DSP. Now let's see what we're going to have. Let's have just so much lovely choice of lovely papers. What's on the back of that one? Let's have this one. I'll have the back of the green one and use it up. I'm not a mad fan of green, but it needs using. So this needs to be... No, I don't like it. No, I'm not using it up. I don't like green. Not having it. I don't like green. Let's find a different one. I'll have this one. I don't mind that green because that's got some other colours in with it. Right, so this needs to measure 1 3/4. Okay, by 2 7/8. Now don't worry about the length of the strip because I'm going to make more than one card, so I'll use all of these strips up. 2 7/8. There we go, that's not too bad. Not too much green on that one. So again, this is for your second square. Alright, so 2 by 3 1/8. 1 7/8 by 3. 1 3/4 by 2 7/8. Easy. It were easy when we were making it. It's not as easy to do it when you're teaching. Get yourself all muddled up. Okay, lay that on there like so. And then we'll have this one. Quite like that. Gingham there. Quite like that. Didn't see that. I think I'll have the gingham. I think that's quite nice. Can't go wrong with gingham. It's always pretty. And I mean, these papers are kind of festive, but you could get away with using them all year round. That's another reason why I like this paper, because you could just simply change it to suit any season or any reason. There's a poem in there somewhere. Right, so back to the card. Oh no, I've got another step. I need my banner. So we need a banner because it just breaks up the squares. Now I do like, and I am going to stick to, the striped red one. So my banner needs to be 1.5 inches wide by, I'm going to do it at 4 1/4 because I'm not too sure how short my banner punch is going to cut it. So I'm going to use the banner punch. I can always shorten it at that end if it's too long. So I know that 1.5 will fit in my banner punch. If you don't have a banner punch, obviously you can do it by hand. But I do like the ease of punches, and also you know you're going to get it perfect. Right, so let's just see. Yeah, so I think 4 1/4. So we're going to do these 1.5 inches by 4 1/4. I think that's about right. And I'm going to stick that on there at about not quite halfway up, but more or less. Okay, some glue on there, get it on. About there. And I'm going to the edge of the DSP. I'm not going right to the edge of the card, just to the edge of the DSP layer there. Alright, give that a press. We're sticking over layers, okay, but it don't matter. Put plenty of glue on, it'll be alright. Okay, so that's that bit, and then we can put our square part on here. Brilliant way to use up scraps and get a whole heap of Christmas cards in next to no time. So layer that in the middle, just overlapping the banner, just slightly, and centralise it. And there you've got a lovely funky looking card. So there's the original. And we're going to decorate it here with the tags. So all I've got to do is make some more of those. When I'm not filming, I can concentrate and I can get these made up in no time because I've got the measurements here. Alright, so write them down, have them in front of you and get cracking. Right, so I'm going to use my same tag punch. Have I put it away? Where's my tag punch gone? Who's moved it? Have I put it away? I've put it away. Okay, so have I got a piece of scrap? No. Break that way and then I'll fit more on. And again, you can make these as you go so that you're doing more than one at a time. I'd probably punch, if I was doing that one, I'd probably put it on a white background. So I've got Express Your Elf. I think we'll have that one. One of these days I will learn to buy the coordinating dies that go with things to make my life that little bit easier. But sometimes I just think I'm a little bit of a lazy crafter, and I think by the time I've got the die cutting machine out, I can have blooming cut it. So yeah. And with basic shapes, I don't think anybody would struggle to just carefully cut that out. If you just take your time. I mean, I'm doing it with a small white border. You don't have to, you could just literally cut along the inked lines if you're not good at cutting with a border, but I'm getting quite good at it because I'm used to it now. I'm getting into an expert. I've put my dimensionals away, of course I have. Most of the time, 9 times out of the 10, I never put anything away, and then, you know, when I'm doing a video, the thing that I need, I've tidied it away. There you go, typical. Right, so I'm just going to layer that up now. Bob it on there, which looks absolutely lovely on that. So I didn't really need the coordinating dies because the punches are fine. Which punch have I used? I've used Everyday Label. I love this punch, and I will never ever get rid of any of my Stampin' Up! Punches because they are the best quality in the entire world. I'm going to actually put more on there, and then so when we go off camera I will continue and I will make some more. So with this one here, I mean, you could centre it. I'm going to have it just off to the side like that, so I just think it adds a bit more interest. There we go. Cracking, you're good to go. Fantastic. Making beautiful cards with just paper. Just practice your layering and use up those scraps. I hope you'll give that a try. Thanks for watching. Hope I didn't waffle too much. But there you go. See you soon. Bye.